It's Sakura season and time to hit the Japanese whiskey hard. Stick around after this. Hi everyone, welcome to episode 37 of No Nonsense Whisky Reviews. My name is Vim PF, and as I said at the top of the show, we're going to be looking at some whiskey from Japan for the next 5 episodes, and that's to kind of coincide with the Japanese Sakura season, and also to coincide with the Birmingham Whiskey Club, who are also doing a lot of Japanese stuff, so link in the description below, check them out. So just a quick run through of what we're going to be looking at. This time around, if you've seen the title of the show, it's going to be the Super Nikka Revival. We'll go into that in a bit depth soon. Next week is the little sample from the dram tin we've got is the Hibiki 12 year. Then we're going to be moving on to the Hakushu Distillers Reserve. Penultimate episode will be the Hibiki Suntory Whiskey Japanese Harmony. And finally, saving the big dog for last, got a sample of the Yamazaki 18 from a friend of mine. So yeah, there's the next 5 weeks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel to be the first to see these videos. And now we'll move on to comment of the week. Last week it was the Bushmills Black Bush, and comment from a fellow YouTuber, Food Queeg, and he said, "I find this one to be dangerously easy drinking. It's one of those that disappears fast, and that's because I like it." As I said on the video, it's one of those ones, it's very easy to drink, it's super cheap, so there's no problem with that. You just drink it, buy another bottle, you don't have to think about it too much. It's not like when you have a favourite whiskey that's 50 quid and you drain it and then you think, oh, head scratch, should I get another one? It's quite a lot of money, I could just buy something else, try a few different things. When it's 20 quid or less, you just buy, keep buying, have as much of it as you like. There you go. So, finally, on to today's whiskey, which is the Super Nikka Revival. Now, this was kindly given to me by a friend and watcher of the show, and also somebody who goes to the Birmingham Whiskey Club meetings, and his name is Andy Wood, and he kindly gave me this sample along with a load of other stuff. Andy's also an author. He's got a book series, #1 of a series out at the moment. I'll put a link to the description of that. It's on the Kindle for about $1.99, so do check him out. On to the whiskey itself. Now, all good whiskies have a story, and this is no exception. Now, if you don't know much about Nika, they are a blending company and they have 2 distilleries. What we're going to be talking about today is one of those distilleries, which is the Yoshi one, their most northerly one. They have another one, and that's how they mix their stuff together, but we're not really talking about that today. I want to talk about the man behind it, and that is Masataka Taketsuru. Now, he used to work in a sake, I don't know, do you call him distiller? Let me know. I'm not sure about that. I don't know anything about sake. And he was sent to Scotland to research whiskey and find out what they're doing, bring that knowledge back. And while he was there, he met a young lady called Rita, married her and brought her back to Japan, where he then founded his own distillery, which he later renamed Nikka Distilling. This particular dram, the original Super Nikka, was released to honour his wife. Unfortunately, she passed away in 1961, and he wanted to kind of create a dram that showed his love for her and his passion for the industry. So he decided he was going to make the best whiskey he possibly could, and took whatever casks he wanted and just made it. Now, I haven't tried that whiskey, unfortunately, but this is the Revival, which is a homage to that original whiskey. The current owners and the people who work at Nika at the moment have tried to replicate it. I don't know how good a job they've done, but I understand the original Super Nikka, there are a few bottles still knocking around, is meant to be quite good. I don't know if it's exceptional, but it's meant to be quite good, and a good example of blended Japanese whiskey. Well, there you go. I think I've rambled on about the history of this enough. So let's get onto the dram itself and see what we got. Now, I'm not sure how much colour really plays into it. I think it's got a nice little colour to it. I don't think it really matters. And you probably can't tell through the cut glass anyway. But let's move on to the nose. It's got a lot of caramel notes to it. Oh, and some, I almost want to say bananas, but I'm not sure I'm getting that right, to be honest. Some like kind of molassesy, sugary notes, that kind of thing. It's almost like a slightly sherried Speyside with the kind of, the fresh apples, that sort of thing you might be kind of getting. Yeah, ignore what I said about the banana. That's crazy talk. Let's have a try. Okay, alright. I'm going to have one more sip before I say anything. This is bottled at 43%. And it's good, it's good. It's got a nice, I want to say strong, but it's not like a strong alcoholic flavour, but it's got a tingling that's there. I guess some would call it alcohol burnt. More of those kind of sweet and caramel sugars that I was talking about on the nose. Something weird as well, I'm kind of getting, right at the end, some very slight apricots. Kind of nonsensing myself up a little bit there. I don't know what about that, but that's what I get. More of them apples as well. It's not overly complex. I'm picking out maybe 2 or 3 things that are there. You might find you get some more. That's the whole beauty of whiskey though, isn't it? It's the subjectivity to it all, and you taste something, I taste something. There you go. But you watch these videos to see what I think, and I think that's pretty damn good. Now I know it was a limited release, and it was about £43 to £45 UK GBP. That I can't seem to find it much to be able to purchase directly from a website. I think there are a few that sell it for just over 50 quid. So you are going to be looking at auction sites if you want to go for this. But I wouldn't say it's too collectible. It is limited, and it is based on something that was meant to be pretty good. I can't tell you how that compares, unfortunately, but it's one of those things, isn't it? I mean, I would definitely never recommend anybody get a bottle for investment anyway. There's enough of that going around. We don't need any more of that. So if you're looking to get into that game, fine. But I would only personally ever buy a bottle of whiskey that I intend to drink. I tried when I first started getting into whiskey to flip a bottle, and I bought a bottle for what I thought was cheap, which was actually the Glenmorangie Ilanta. But I ended up opening it because it was so good when I tried it at a festival. So there you go, I spent a lot of money on it, and it is worth more than what I paid for it now, but I think the graph goes like this. So unless you're on the ball and when you buy these limited editions that Highland Park and etc. release every year, there's money to be made, but whiskey's for the drinking. That's what you're here for, that's what I'm here for. There you go. Well, thanks for joining me for another No Nonsense Whisky review. Hope you enjoyed it. I certainly enjoyed doing them. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. As I said at the beginning of the show, this is going to be episode 1 of 5 Japanese whiskies. So again, subscribe to the channel and you'll be the first to see the new ones when they come out. Hope you'll join me for the whole 5. And I'll see you again on another No Nonsense Whisky review.